Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Teen Talk Live. Of course, tonight we have our teen host, and we're going to bring her on at this time. So go ahead and tell everyone, tell your friends to come join us at this time. So without further ado, let me bring on our host for tonight, Miss Jared Day. Hi, Jared Day.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Take it away. We're going to start with you.
Good evening. My name is Jared A, and I will be your host on today. Um, the topic for today is fake friends. Have you ever had like any fake friends out there? I know I have. So um today is the topic on how to deal with those fake friends, how to communicate with those fake friends, how to drop them, how to cut them out your life. Um, but Now that I have my share, I would like to bring back Lady Latanya Stevens back onto the air.
Hey, we're back. Well, we got some mentors on, so we're going to have a go and do a deep dive on today. And so I know some of the teenagers may be shy about coming on, but we're going to bring a deep dive. So come on and introduce our mentors on tonight.
Today we have Tyra on for today, and who else? I want to say, um,
She's there, but she's not there, I think.
I'm here.
um,
Okay.
hi
We see
Tyra.
Tyra.
I think that's all the mentors that's here today.
Yeah, so far. We'll probably get some to chime in later. But let's start. Hey, let's dive in. Why not? We have one of our mentees who always says, "Check your friends, check your friends." I wish he was on there. I was thinking we're gonna get him on before it's all over. But let's just dive in because it was interesting. We were doing team talk for those who are in middle school and high school. We were at Southeast, so come check it out, and we're at AC Prep, which is in Kansas City. So we do have two team talk groups going on there. So if you don't have a mentor, please tell them that you want to be a part of Generation Prodigy's Team Talk and join in this. We're going to go back, start doing live groups very soon. But tonight we're going to talk about fake friends. So tell me, let's talk about these fake friends. Tyra, when was the last time you had a fake friend? So you remember your high school days,
Yeah.
elementary, middle school?
I mean, I think probably college, high school. Um, more so high school than college. I just think that a lot of kids, were trying to find themselves, and so it was always like about like getting the best story or seeing like what you could pull out of people and um befriending people so that you can get insight on somebody else or so that you could get into their business or whatever it was that you were trying to do. So uh probably yeah, high school. I just didn't. I know I didn't like those types of people, and they were quick to be up and out of my friend group for sure.
No, I understand that. Oh, it looks like we have another mentor popped up. So let's bring her on. Hello there. Hey, Kim.
Hi guys.
Hey, we got to get everybody on this chime in here. So yeah, let's talk about this fake friends because I remember having moments, and this is pretty transparent. So have a transparent moment here. Go back down memory lane. I remember um, it was a group of friends that we grew up together, and I thought they were my genuine friends because we were always around each other. Um, and it came to a moment where I found out that they were plotting, literally, um, against me, and they was trying to set me up. Um, and thank goodness for discernment, and I didn't fall for the bait. But my it was actually who was supposed to be my best friend at the time, and did the sister pledge and all that kind of stuff. Who came and confessed what they were doing, and she had tears in her eyes. Um, and so it was one of those moments of realization and a life moment um, that taught me that sometimes who you think are your friends are really not. So it just taught me what friends don't do. And it was very painful, hurtful moment. but I had to work through forgiveness and not let it scar me from not trusting people in the future. So it was one of those very real moments. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I had one of
I
those
think for
issues.
me, the worst moment that I can remember was probably middle school. Um, Y'all
Huh?
hear
Oh, I
me?
think you went into the matrix.
Can you hear me?
We hear you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for me, the worst moment I had was middle school. I remember I had a friend who was like jealous I was dating or thought I was dating, and my friend was jealous of me, and I'm thinking that this person is like my friend, and I'm telling her about this guy that I like. And, it wasn't more than like a school little fling, but like I found out that behind to each other, I had no idea. I just never people would do that, so it was a mess.
Yeah, I also had like a problems close to Lady Latanya. My cheer friends, I really thought that they were my actual best friends that I can talk to about any and everything. And I thought that they were close to me and I can trust them. But they try to sabotage me to get kicked off the cheer squad and try not to give me my captain position. So that was that. Also, I had another friend that I told her everything, but you have to learn how, like, how Pastor said was like, you have to see your snakes in your life. I saw that, and everything that I told her she used against me. And when she used that against me, she changed the whole story of when I told her, and to make it more look bad. And so I got reported to the office for like being suicidal, being depressed, da da da. But she was the one that was suicidal, depressed, everything, and I was trying to help her. But I got reported for all of that. So yeah.
On behalf of Jackson, check your friends, everybody. Just check your friends. Because that is
Screaming.
like, that's just so wrong in every way possible. One thing I've learned is like, you learn true friendship after high school.
You do.
Because, yeah, like I always tease the young adults. I'm like, okay, your brain don't fully develop until you're about 25 anyway. So it's going to be a lot of immature actions. Yes.
True.
So come on, Kim, spill the beans. Spill the beans. Your turn. You're muted. You're muted.
Unmute.
My bad. Sorry. I've had a couple of encounters, but you live and you learn and you kind of push through it. But I think the worst one was in high school when I had a friend who was she was Italian and she had a godfather, a real godfather, and I didn't know it. And we decided to skip school. And when her godfather pulled up on us, she told she told her godfather I had threatened her to leave the building. So I had to call my dad to come to the school because like in their family that's like really bad. So my dad had to come up to the school and like meet the godfather. He was like real life godfather, like with the accent and everything. And we couldn't be friends anymore. But I had to tell the truth. My dad's like, no, you're not going down for this one because they were trying to give us 10 days out of school because we decided to go get food and hang out on the avenue. So yeah, I thought we was like really cool because never to that day I had never skipped, but I decided to skip that day, and then that happened. So yeah, but she wasn't my friend, but we were friends. We were supposed to be friends for like 2 3 years. Nah,
Well,
Yeah, until they get caught in something, and then everything
yeah,
is like everything is on you.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that was the
also
worst.
Also, if they want something and you say no, and that's when they change their whole mood.
They're
Like
used
if
to you.
yeah, because it was just one time this me and these three girls we tried out for cheer all together, right? And that's another thing. Jealousy is another thing for like fake friends. So me and three group of girls, we all was like in a group effort. We was like, yeah, we should try it for the cheer team. You know, it'll be fun for a group. I was the only one who made it in that whole group, and that's when the group fell apart because the jealousy was so strong in that group, and it was just like it's gotten to the point where I was like, I can quit if you guys want me to. I mean, I'm sorry. And they was just like, no, no, you can do it. Like the one friend, she was an actual friend to me. She was like, no, I know how much cheer means to you, blah, blah, blah. But the other two was just like, why she make it a cheer? You know, she don't even know how to do anything. She is just so fake. Like we were supposed to do this as a friend, and how she's just gonna go behind her back and do this. And I was just like, I'm sorry, because I want to reach my goals in life and get a scholarship to go to college. So yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Now it's almost like that Wendy Williams moment when she goes, "How you doing?" I'm going to tell you tonight. Throughout the night is going to be check your friends.
Friends.
Where is Jackie
Yes.
when you need
Right.
him?
Yes. Yeah, it's interesting. Even as you get older, you get people. It's kind of similar. I mean, it just looks a little different sometimes. You still have individuals who try to
Sabotage.
yes, and their motives are not pure. So you still got to be watchful and be, use wisdom, and know what's going on. Because if not, you can still get blindsided and not even realize it.
Yeah, and then I think the intuition is really important to think. If you think that there's something not right, something's not right. I mean, you can always second guess it, but there's a game on Facebook right now with the red flags. If there's a red flag, don't ignore it.
Yeah.
Hey, say more about this red flag online. What did you say?
Oh, the red flag game.
Yeah, you got to educate. Say, look, as my the people that call me auntie, and sometimes they come in a little square one time.
That
So,
ain't
like-
even a square.
There's a circle.
Trying to get my hands right. Well, I can do this well.
Shut
But,
up.
oh yeah, good. Okay. No, that's a triangle.
Really? No, really?
Rectangle.
There you
Kind
go, Jared A. There you go, Jared A.
Okay.
There it is, right there. There it
Good
is.
job,
Okay,
Jared.
thank you.
There
I
you
got it.
Did
But
it.
it was they had the emoji, the red flag emoji had come out, and everybody was using it. So like, I'm this is just funny. This is just one off the Richter. If they walk funny or they, Tyra, give her an example of one. Like
Kim talks about me because I like to eat. I chew gum and eat at the same time.
oh
So
my
she would say
god,
something like, if they eat and chew gum at the same, if they're eating food and chewing gum at the same time, that's a red flag.
red flag.
Come on with them. So if like you're talking about people who have character traits that they don't make sense to you, so everything is like a red flag. So yeah.
So like they did one for like the churches. Like if you have a building fund and you still have the same church, red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've not done anything to your church and you got a building fund, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
So will it be literally they would put a red flag on there?
Yes.
Yes.
For real. So I can get red flagged if I do something that's kind of off.
Yeah, they'll be like, they'll say
Most
some
definitely.
red flag.
Yeah.
Oh
Red
my
flag.
god. That's
Well, it
funny.
makes you conscious. It makes you think about things. Like,
Yeah, it did. Especially when it first came out because it was going so bad. I'm like, dang, I never thought about that.
yeah.
Like I'll be
Wow.
red flag for not eating soul food. They're like
Yeah.
red flag.
Right, like there's, her black card
Yeah.
is revoked.
They do that to me for I don't like. They do that to me because I don't like sauce or seafood. So they be like red flag, Jared A, red flag, or
Red
they be
flag.
like black card, They be a black
You're
card.
no, you're most definitely red flag though because you don't eat seafood.
Right.
Most definitely.
Wow.
I just don't eat seafood. It's just not my style.
Well, let's reset a little bit for those for the just chiming in tonight. I'm gonna let Jared do the reset for now. Go for us.
Oh, well, back to what we was talking about before. We was getting into the topic of fake friends, how they treated you, how fake friends will be. And we was just um sharing our stories or our experiences with fake friends. So if you will have any questions about how to deal with those type of people, how to control those type of people, comment down below. We will address those questions as best as we can.
Awesome. Well, we just want to give a shout out to Jayla, who's in the room. She won't be coming up
Hey,
today, but we just want to say yes. We have our teams that's coming up there in the backstage right now. We want to give a shout out to Josh, who was in the room for a moment. He probably rather watch it in another way, but we just want to give a shout out to them and acknowledge them and thank you for being present. You know, we appreciate you. So this is a cool topic, and I can hear it in the Jayla voice, like, yeah, there's a lot of people out there that's definitely fake when it comes to, peers in middle school, high school. Um, but she's a rock solid sister. So I appreciate the Teen Talk group. I really do.
Me too.
But yeah, but the red flag thing. So that's something new. I did not know about. So I'm dating myself now.
I'm
I know
about to
about
go
the
red flag you because you didn't know the red flag. So
Right.
I'm red flag you. You get a red flag.
So how do you put red flags on social media so people will know? So this tells people what? So what does that communicate? First of all, because I am
There's a problem. There's an issue. You have an issue. You have an
okay.
issue
Red
because
flag is an issue. Like flag on the play.
yeah, there you go. Flag on the play.
Ah. So
But
would
in
that
the
tell
serious,
people not to chime in or tell people not to communicate with you?
Or not
no,
just not to do that
be
specific
cautious.
thing.
Be
Okay.
Just
cautious.
so
But
it's not necessarily like it's not like cancel culture. It's like don't do this. This attribute of this person is a red flag. And like just like when you're dating and things like that, you'll see certain things and then it'll be like, it's a red flag. So you start to get a little cautious behind that area. It doesn't necessarily turn you off all the way, but it's something that you're looking at to make sure that it doesn't get to a point that we need to penalize you or we need to not be dealing with you at all.
so like there
Got
was
it.
that fight that we watched. I think Jared, you probably seen it. I think you talked about it. That they had at Schlegel, and a lot of kids were like standing around watching the fight. It was in Kansas, and a lot of people thought it was funny, but in all seriousness, sorry y'all, I'm trying to watch the game and talk to you at the same time. I'm sorry. I'm talking to y'all, but anyway, the kids, would normally think it's, oh cool, we watching this fight, let's pass this video, but no, those kids got on social media and red flagged the fight. Like, this is not funny. This wasn't cute. You stabbed this kid up, you jumped this kid. It was a one-on-one fight. So it was kind of neat to see that they kind of reversed the game like into something really serious, because at first it was really something just fun to do. Oh, we're red flagging this, we're red flagging that. And then this football player that just got exposed for beating his wife. A lot of the football players did, and he was an ex NFL player, but they like put a whole bunch of red flags under his post and under his article. Like, if you were, and then somebody put it out there, if you're in an abusive relationship and you feel this is a reason to stay, even with these teens nowadays, that's a red flag. So yeah, it's a serious part of, a serious side of the red flag. It really is.
So we can red flag people. And that's good to know because I think I may start red flagging just because I can.
You get a red flag. You get a red flag. You get a red flag.
Hashtag fake friends, red flag.
Yes.
I'm sorry, my son is in the background, like having a blast. But it was interesting. So I was watching. Speaking of fights, I was watching the fight last night, the big fight, which was excellent, by the way. and it was interesting because they are friends outside of the boxing ring.
Mhm.
And what I appreciate for them as men, what they were able to do, they came in the ring to handle business. One of the guy who won did not want to fight against his friend, but he was adamant because he just wanted the opportunity when it comes to the championship. But it was beautiful how they were able to fight. He almost got the stew knocked out of him, but
Mhm.
anyway, uh, the champ
That's it.
won, but afterwards they were still cordial and spoke highly of each other, and I really appreciate the fact that they were able to maintain friendship
Yeah.
and respect. And I think that's really huge. A huge piece of friendships is like there has to be respect that exists even for teenagers and young people, because without that level of respect it kind of goes left
Mhm.
fast, you know. So just want to give a shout out. We have Kayla in the room. Hey, Kayla. So just wanted to give a shout out there. So yeah, anyone want to chime in for that? So thank you for the red flag. So I'm put that in the comment section. We learned about red
The
flags.
red flag. You have to put that red flag emoji.
Right.
Oh, gotcha.
Let me see if I can see
Thank you. Boom.
it. Matt.
So that's good to know. So Jayla, you can nod if it's like you know about the red flags. So I'm the one who's not don't know about the red
No,
flag.
Right.
okay, so I didn't know until like 2 days later because everybody in school was like, red flag, red flag. I was like, what are you talking about? Because I got a great score on my math test and everybody got bad scores. They were like, red flag, you too smart for me. And I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about? And then that's what like it's a thing going around for red flags. So I said, oh, see, y'all gotta put me on stuff because I ain't know.
Yeah, I didn't know either, so they just sent it to me. I thought I know she like laughing at me. Okay, that is not that's good to know. So I'm learning. Thank you. So Kayla and Jayla, yeah, thank you, y'all. Thank you, appreciate it. Yes. So they showed me what the red flag looked like. So thank
Yeah.
you. Yes. So for those who don't know what the red flag looks like for your emoji,
It's in the
um,
comments.
it's in the comment section. So let's get Kim back up here. Yes. Yeah, so it's in the comment section. So I was thinking like a formal looking this rectangle shaped flag, you know.
Red flag.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
So thank you. I appreciate that. So red flags take place. So everybody like, share, send comments out. And for the parents, you just learned something new. They have what you call the red flag. Boom.
True.
Most definitely. I do have a question. How do you handle fake friends? Do you keep the same energy as the fake friend? Or do you rise above the fake friend?
Well, what I do is I don't address the problem right away. I be the bigger person, not stoop down to their fake friend level. Because some people, they're like, oh, they fake, I'm going to be fake with them. No, don't do that. Because once you go up to your higher, be the bigger person, um, once you be the bigger person, they will look. Because I had a friend and um, I stepped up to be a bigger person and I was still being friends with her, being nice to her, everything, but she was still doing stuff behind my back, but I still was, doing everything for her, everything, being a bigger person. And then one day she came to me and was like, Jared, I don't understand why are you doing all this stuff for me, even though I've been rude to you, mean to you, haven't been doing anything. And I was just like, you can't give evil evil. You can't be mean to
That's right.
me. You have to step up and be the bigger person. You have to give them a different reaction of what they want.
Hmm.
So she was just like, well, no one has ever did that for me. I mean, you're always been there for me, even though when I did all this stuff, I exposed you, everything, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I see your heart. I see that you want to be a nice person. You just want to fit in with the crowd. Understand. And she was just like, well, you have always there for me. And I was like, I will always be here for you. So it's just you're not supposed to stoop down to their level. You always supposed to keep growing, keep achieving your goals, and not worry about anything. Because one day they're just gonna come around.
I think
So
that's very mature of you,
Good
Jeremy.
job. Good
Yes,
job.
that's
Like,
That is
and
really
amazing.
good. Good
because
answer.
I think that one thing that people miss is a lot of time when people are being fake friends or they're causing any type of confusion in your life, it's because they're experiencing some type of hurt themselves, either at home or with other friends. And so it usually has a lot less to do about you than it has to do with them. And so you being able to remember that I'm gonna continue to give good even when you're trying to wrong me, it does something for them mentally that
Yeah.
can get them to heal from what it is that they were experiencing that had nothing to do with you. So that's amicable. I think you should keep doing that.
Good job.
I definitely agree. That was amazing because a lot of young people, I'm telling you, they wouldn't know how to handle that.
yeah.
Especially when you come talking about the arise when it comes to depression and things like that,
Mhm.
because a friend they felt they did them wrong and not really understanding the psychology behind it or the deeper meanings behind it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I thought that was really huge of you. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
a brief shout out for Jason that came on.
yeah.
Hey, Jason.
At first I wasn't always like this. I was always like, "You said what? We gonna have to fight. Like we gonna have to fight." And that's when Kim told me because I told Kim about something that was going on in school, and she was like, "Jada, you can't stoop down in them levels. You can't do that because one, you're a cheerleader, you're a role model for the school. So if you fight, you lose everything, you know." And so I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to, calm down and like be the bigger person. That's what I've learned. I was like, hey, I have to step up. I have to be the better Jared that I want to be. I can't be the ghetto, the ratchet, the all the
The
things because
ratchet.
people know I can
The
go there.
ratchet.
I can go ratchet, but I can't
She
go
just used the
ratchet.
word ratchet.
I have to be professional, but people know I can go ratchet real quick in the snap of a finger. I'm
It's
just
the
like,
evil. It was the evil for evil part for me. I thought that part was really good. Evil for
yeah.
evil. I mean, I thought that was really good because you could match their energy, but then in the end, what do you reap from it? I mean, even as an adult, I'm still learning that too. So kudos to
Hmm.
you.
And people will appreciate that. When you come back with them with something good,
Hmm.
it's like bullies. You once you give them something good, it's nothing else I could say. I can't
Mhm.
keep being mean to you or trying to put you down because you're pure. You're giving me something positive. So I would look crazy to continue to do that to you. I either need to distance myself from you or I need to I'm now admiring you and looking up to you.
Hmm. That's good.
That's good. That's good. This is one of those moments like this to hear JLo's voice on this because she always have that youth wisdom as well. Her and Jared
Yes.
Day brings it. So it's like one of those moments where, um, yeah, to hear their voices right now. But yeah, you're right. To it's better not to match the energy because sometimes our that side of us want to. Oh, I got a nice friend who loves to feel their that energy and to thrive on it, and will love to entertain a fight,
Mhm.
But to not entertain it, if you don't feed the fire, it eventually have to go out. You
Yes.
know,
And it takes two people to have a conversation.
that's true. That's true. Jayla, can we bring you up for just a hot second to give your thoughts on that? Are you okay with that? You can nod or not. Yes. No. Can you hear me?
Oh, well, um,
I think
well,
she probably
I
thought
just
you said Jared.
oh my bad, but I like how you said it takes two to communicate, but sometimes it's not always like that because you have so many people that's focused on being mean and evil and um just like you have to have that one man communication. So one time I had to go to the office for someone else's actions because we had an altercation that morning in the lobby. And that's when they pulled us to the side and wanted us to have a communication. And you know how schools say y'all don't have to be friends, but you have to squash it. That was the case, but um they pulled us to the side for our office. She didn't say a word, she did not do nothing, blah blah blah. We didn't say nothing. So I stepped up and was like, I apologize for my actions and the words I've said, everything, and I apologize for all actions if you felt uncomfortable. I am sorry. She did not give me an apology, no nothing. And I wasn't looking for an apology, but I just like how you said there's like a two-part communication, but sometimes that is not always the case. Really not.
I was speaking in terms of an argument. So when you're arguing back and forth, instead of you going back and forth, if you stop, then they'll be talking to themselves.
Hey, Jayla.
Little
Hey,
Ty, you're
Jay.
mute.
Is she
I'm
mute?
so sorry.
Hey, so I
Another
gotta
red
figure
flag. I
out.
know. I got that.
Red flag.
Hey, Jay. Red flags. That's the second one for the night.
It's like,
Hey,
Come on,
Shayla
Jamie. I
Wayla.
know you got some words on that one.
yeah. So for friends, that that itself is a whole thing. That I'm like getting more and more getting for. And so, well, what's worked for me with that has been like telling them like, okay, I know you're doing this and this. I know that. Am I gonna do something to, like go back go with you on that level? No, but there's secret distance. So that's what it is. Um, yeah. So I'll tell a person, hey, I know you're doing this thing. I mean, you keep doing whatever you do. I don't really care. It's not bothering me, but I so yeah. And after that, they just stop and leave me alone. But I agree with Jared. Like continuing to be nice to that person, and like doing things that also helps a lot. And I feel like that's a better way to do it. Also, um, but yeah, so that's it.
That's good. Jerry,
Huh?
y'all thought you was going to say something that because you were
No,
nodding
I
something.
was like agreeing with her. Yeah, I was just agreeing with how she said that you just have to, learn how to not do nothing, know how to react, not to react.
Yeah, that's good. Y'all carry such wisdom at your ages. I just love to hear y'all, talk and share and provide insight, especially for your age group and your peers. Not feeding that energy is really huge. So I really appreciate y'all sharing with that. Um, what advice would y'all give to your peers that have um, to deal with that pressure of someone pretending to be their friend, and living sometimes what we call a traveling a lonely road because they want friends, but the people around them are so trifling. They're struggling with being genuine and they're wanting to fit in with the crowd. So a lot of times they are doing things that goes against the friend code.
So I would say that it's not always going to be easy. It's not always just going to happen to you. It's not. You will be hurt. You will break down. You will feel lonely, like you can't trust anyone. You will feel all those feelings. And not saying it's going to happen quickly, but one day you will realize that um, you are there for you. What schoolers really. Friends, what my auntie tells me all the time, and my uncles, everybody tell me, you're not going to worry about them when you go to college. You're not even going to remember them. You're not even going to remember the issue. You're not even going to remember their name, their last name, middle name, anything. And so it just, that hit me. And one day it's going to hit you that you have to focus on yourself, your career, your goals, your achievements that you want to do, and not focus on the friends. If they want to be friends with you, they can be friends with you. If my auntie tell me all the time, if your friend is not going to benefit you for a future, if your friend is not going to help you reach your goal, if your friend is not going to help you when you're down, if your friend is not going to be there for you all the step of the way, if your friend is not even achieving to graduate high school to go to college or have a goal, that means they don't need to be your friend. That means they have no intentions of being your friend. That means that they're only there to hurt you, not help you. So it's just you have to realize when's the right time to step up and say anything. You have to realize when's the right time to confront them about it. When is the appropriate time to confront them about it? Because you don't want to confront them when they already having a bad day, because that's going to turn 360. you know. And so you just have to have that passion in your heart that you want to change how your friends think about you, you know. So yeah.
That's good. That's really good. That's very mature. That's a matured response. No, but that's really good. I appreciate that because, um, man, that's a long road ahead, and to be able to focus and know that okay, this is won't last always.
Mhm.
This won't be like this. You know, I have a true story. So there was this girl in our school who she kind of bullied people, and it was interesting how once I got to, you know, start working, you know, I'm a little young adult, and I ran into her, and actually we ended up having a fight. This is from elementary school. We had a fight in elementary school, and it was so petty. And it was something like, you know, everybody on the jump, you know, in the playground jumping rope during the recess. And so I wanted to play jump rope, that, and the kid said that I could. And so I'm getting ready. She came up and was like, "You can't jump rope." And I'm like, I said, "They already said I could. What are you talking about? I can't jump rope." And so I'm getting ready for my turn. You know, we like double dutch. So we getting ready. You know, you start rocking like you about to go into it, right? So you're all excited. And she pushed me. I had a blackout moment. All I remember all I remember is it was over, and I remember being in the gym class, and she turned around. I'm like, "What's wrong with her? Why is she looking like that?" It was like, "Cause y'all just you wore her out." And I'm like, I didn't even know I did, but it was one of those moments like when people come, even for elementary kids, when people come at you, something will rise up out of you
Yeah.
that you never thought would rise up out of you. But after that, she was cool. She stopped acting crazy, you know, and she was chill. She wasn't messing with anybody anymore. And I was able to jump rope after that. It was really
Yeah, it's like my situation. I have a situation where I went to school with this girl third grade year. Third grade year. And I didn't know that I went to school with her third grade year until the end of freshman year. And so, because all freshman year she was just mean to me. Like, I didn't know who she was. Like, I helped her around the school, gave her a mentor, showed her where all her classes was. Then the next day she's like evil, mean to me. I'm just like, what did I do? So one day, me and my sister was going through all my old yearbooks because the sisters. She'd be like, oh, just stuff like that. So we was just going through our old yearbooks, and I looked at the name. I said, "Oh, I went to school with her third grade year," and that's when all the memories start coming up. It was some petty stuff. It was so petty, and so I guess she's mad at me because I took her boyfriend, which it wasn't even her boyfriend. We was just like best friends, and like me and her boyfriend was like close, and he came to me for everything. Like we was just like that. Like we was close. And I guess she was jealous at how close we were, and she's still holding on that grudge now, and she's still being mean now, currently. And so I'm just like, whatever. And some people, you can't always be nice to some people. Some people you gotta show them what it is. You gotta show them what it is so they can back up and leave you alone. It is how life is.
We can still be nice. We just understand where they are, and not
And
get into it,
if they
and
need
respect your
some like
friends.
And there's a way to tell people about themselves in a way that isn't disrespectful and isn't you lowering yourself. I remember growing up, I had the same mentor as you, but growing up, Layla Tanya told me to always be extending my vocabulary so that when I need to say something, I can cut somebody with my words in a way that can't be used against me. I didn't cuss you out. I didn't, try to demean your person, but I told you about your character flaw, and now you don't have a choice but to look at it as what it is and move forward because it's not conducive for me or you, and at this point it's embarrassing to you. So you can, you definitely stand your ground regardless. You don't get to just be walked over. It's not about being the nice kid. It's about having a standard and stating your standard and being able to adhere to that, not letting anyone take you from that, and then finding a way to articulate yourself so that it can't be used against you. Your teachers, your principals, they'll be proud of you for standing up for yourself in a way that makes sense in the educational setting.
hmm Yeah, I understand that because each person has different. Like me, I have to walk away. I cannot respond. I cannot do nothing. And the principals understand that. So they come to me. They was like, I'm glad you walked away because knowing me, I would have popped off. So that's me. I walk away. I just walk away from the problem. My auntie, she kills them with silence. She would just look at them and just be silent and just don't do nothing. My sister, she kills them with kindness. She be like, "Oh, you're fine. You want to go to the movies." My dad, on the other hand, he needs some Holy Spirit activate. But it's just each person does it their own way, and how they walk away or how they deal with the problem, in the nice way, not to like, make fun of them, bring them down, dehumanize them, anything. So, yeah.
True.
What makes a friend fake?
That is a good question. My definition of a fake friend is if you talking behind my back and you don't have my back, if you on a whole different demeanor on how you want to hurt me or harm me or any way by words, that's not how friendship should be. That is not how friends should be together. To friendship, for me, a definition of friendship is a team. Friendship is supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be on the same page. You're supposed to help each other, bring each other up. If you're bringing me down, talking behind my back, trying to mess up my future, my goals, my achievements, if you're trying to mess up what I have already set and you want to bring that back, that is not how true friendship is supposed to be. True friendship is a team, just how marriage is a team. If your marriage is, if he's cheating behind your back, that's not a team. That is not, um, sorry. Marriage is supposed to be a team. If he's cheating behind your back, that's not a team. You're not bringing each other up. You're hurting your partner. And that's just how friendship is supposed to be. And if that is not the case, you're not a friend. You are just there to ease in the drama. You're in there to listen into the gossip so you can go share it around the whole school. That's not a friend. That's a snake. That's what that is. So
That is so true. That is so. Those are the people we red flag, right?
yes, red flag on the
For
play.
those
Yeah.
who are chiming in and you may be a parent that don't know what red flag is, this is what the red flags look like.
Yes.
Yes.
And you also
And
have to look out for those signs of like
Red
fake
flag,
friends.
baby.
You have
Okay.
to look out for those signs. If they're, because I know some people, they just be like, oh, she did it for a reason. Oh, she's hurt. Oh, she's dealing with a loss. No, that's not how friends are supposed to be. That's not how they're supposed to come at you. You know, they're not supposed to harm you. They're not supposed to hurt you. They're supposed to bring you up, help you, make sure you're happy, you know, be there for you. And you're
How do
supposed
you
to be there
prevent
for
fake
them.
friends?
Huh?
How do you
Say it again.
prevent? How do you prevent yourself from having fake friends? Do you have like when you said Holy Spirit activate? That was funny. That's a TikTok. But yeah. How do you prevent that? Like, can you prevent it?
I don't honestly don't think you can because you can't control how people think or what they do. And if they're fake, they're fake. I just know how to fix it. I just don't know how to prevent it. I mean, you can be there as much as you can for them people. You can be there as you can do as much as you can, but if they have a mindset of I just want to hurt her or I just, I feel that spirit, you can't do anything about that. So,
Can we
Because
say that when people are fake, it's because of insecurity?
Yes. And that's why I think I like red flag culture. Because I think before that, it was cancel culture. And once you do
mhm,
something, that's it. I
you
like
can't.
the red flags because they're telling you that there is a flaw here, something that's wrong, but it gives people the chance to fix it. I feel like we've all been on the other side of being a fake friend and not necessarily intentionally. You're going through different things in your life. And so, especially like growing up and coming into yourself, you are being a fake friend to somebody else because you get caught up in what other kids are doing and things like that. And so, we've gotten to the other side of it now where we can say we're genuine people. We want the best for other people. But we've all been on the other side of it too. And because of that, we have to know that, when you're giving someone a red flag, it's saying you have a chance to fix this. You have this problem and it's a problem between me and you, but you get to grow from that and you get to change how you navigate yourself in the future. Just because I'm saying that there's a red flag, I'm not saying you didn't lose the game. You still have a chance to grow from it.
Yeah. Also, with fake friends, it's not necessarily there's um there's like sometimes identity crisis. They don't know what they want. Their sex, they don't know what they want to be,
real
so
life.
they just take it out on everybody. Also, parents. Um, that's how racism is. That is how all this stuff is how their parents look at other people or how their parents affect on them or how their parents are talking around them, um I'm in Belton, which is a not necessarily predominantly white but predominantly white, and like some of my friends are white, but some people, one of my friends, they don't care about what their parent thinks because their parents are racist a lot. And so they don't follow after that. But I also have not necessarily a friend because they're a fake friend, but they go after what they parents. And that's the thing. Like some parents have to control that their kid have to do whatever their kid wants to do. You know, and I get that you want to guide them into the right direction or this and that, but you trying to pressure what your beliefs are to them onto them is only hurting them. It's only harming them because it's making them confused. That's how identity crises are because they're confused. They don't know what to do. So that's when they're having an identity crisis. They don't know what to do. That means they don't know what to do, and that means they start taking it out on everybody. They start trying to do anything to fix it, to find out why am I myself, like why am I here, so
Yeah, that's real. That's real. So in this day and time, I said the 21st century youth, um, what do you recommend? What would you share, especially if they're having these type of challenges? Because again, you like you said, they could be dealing with these things at home, and then they bring it to school. They bring it to their friends. So if there is a lack of security, challenges, and they may be seeking attention or whatever the case may be, but they're bringing this to the school. Is there something in your opinion and experience of, is there something available to where there's an open forum? I remember being in school, I'm dating myself again, being in middle school, and they
Same.
were open forums where kids were able to talk, like in the auditorium. Um, do they have anything like that right now? Or is it something
Um,
we need to bring back to the schools?
We have
Currently at high
restorative
school.
justice.
Oh, my bad.
No, I was just going to say, I know for Northeast high school, Jada, you were high school, but they have restorative justice now. And you know how you used to go to mediations and you would have to, when there was an issue with you and another student, there would be a mediation. Instead of them doing that, they have restorative justice where they go and they get to the root of the problem instead of trying to mediate that one situation. So I think that's been really helpful with our students. But like Jerde said, you may have that situation that's just not. These 21st century kids are red flags.
Well, at our school, we have a one specific counselor for all of that. We have um, you can set up an appointment for that one specific issue. So, say you're dealing with I don't know if I want to be a boy or a girl. You know, you can go to that counselor and they can try to help you. It's the fact that you want that help. If you want to accept that help, that is the what the counselor. Every Monday, the counselor goes around the school and have mediation days, which is you'll sit down and have a mindfulness moment, try to collect yourself, or find out will tell you solutions about different problems you have, like anxiety, depression, all these problem solving skills. That's every Monday. And she made it very clear that if you're going to go to a counselor, they're going to tell you, not necessarily tell you, they're going to give advice to help you. It's just how you going to, are you going to accept that advice? Are you going to take it in? Are you going to trust them about it? And that's the big thing about my school. The big thing is trust. You have to trust your teachers. You have to trust your administrators. You have to trust your counselors to have that communication, to have them help you. So,
So does it feel like sometimes, I hate to say it like this, the adults are, they become fake friends as well? So do you
yeah.
think, some of the youth have a hard time trusting trusting the adults?
Well,
Yeah,
you can
well,
call us seniors.
at my school, we don't have a counselor. Everybody does not like this counselor whatsoever. We do not talk to this counselor whatsoever. We do not bother with this counselor whatsoever because he's just like a fake friend. He will go behind your back and say all your information to all the teachers and everything. And we reported him many of times, many of times. And he will always backtrack and be like, oh, well, I was concerned about this person, so I called their parent. Sometimes we go to the counselors to not talk to the parent. I mean, I understand if it's like a serious complication, like suicidal, you're supposed to talk to the parent. But if there's something that you just want to get off your chest, he will turn around and go tell your parent, and then you go home and have to deal with it at home. So what we do, we avoid him. We do not want him at all. I mean, that's not a good thing, but hey, we have to avoid the situation. So we schedule that was freshman year. Now, sophomore year, he is no longer a counselor. He is a custodian at our school.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Kayla had a good information. Talks about in her school they have online resources where they can report another student. So if there's something happening, and whether there's bullying, whether
Mhm.
that's um, uh, can't even think of the word right now, but where they're trying to destroy your character, even because that's a huge piece that some students don't even think they can report because that's a form of bullying, because they're trying to um, tear down your character, which is not cool at all. So there are some resources at some of the schools, and this is down in Texas, and so we appreciate her sharing that information because students may not know that there are resources available where they can report things anonymously and they have some levels of support.
Yeah, we also have that at school too. It's an online course where um, they will not tell you who reported you. They will not um, they would not expose that person, but that is for like suicidal prevention week. They told us that if you see signs of people that wants to off themselves or something, you can report them anonymously, and they will not tell unless you want them to know that you reported them. They will not tell you that you will report them. So yeah.
That's good. That's good information. But I think there's some things for adults now too. But hopefully, adults have matured to the place where they know how to manage when people that are pretending to be their friend and they're really not. Um, what are some traits we want to identify? Some key points so people who may not know that a friend is fake and they're not really their friend, they may need some help. What are some, let's give them 5 tips that we can provide to youth and even some of the adults where they can identify individuals. We can red flag them as a fake friend.
Well, I want to say if they start being like more close and more want to know about your problems more and want you to start speaking more about drama, or if they go up to you talking about, did you hear what so and so said, blah blah blah, and trying to get your input in it, that means, that means they just want there for the problem, the gossip. Also, they start if they start like talking more to you. Like, not saying they won't talk to you, but like try to spend more time with you, trying to smother you, always around you. Or if they try to bring you into stuff and bring you into the gossip, bring you into the drama, bring you into the fight. Or if they keep encouraging you if you have a problem with another student and they keep encouraging you to be like, girl, you could just go fight her already, or girl, just go do this already. That is not how friends should be. So yeah.
All right, so I'm putting some of this in the chat box so people can kind of get the pointers here. So I'm going to call it, since we're dealing with red flags on top of that. So one of them is red flag someone if they provoke fights.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. I also heard red flag
Instigators.
someone. Hmm?
I just said instigators.
Instigation. Yes. And red flag someone if they're trying to dig into your business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want to know more about your problems and issues in your life, and they're digging too deep. Is that a good one too?
Mm-hmm.
I heard you mention that. Um, what was the other one? I know I missed one of them. I heard like a few of them.
And if they're not acting the same, like if they're treating you differently in front of others, then they
Yeah.
treat you behind closed doors. They're being a fake friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they're only your friend in private and
Mm-hmm.
they ignore you completely in public, that ain't it.
Yeah. Only also if they only come to you for their problems, or if you're only that friend that they could just come to you for their problems, that's a whole nother red flag, because they they want to drag you into stuff, but
Has to
um
be a woman.
that ties back to they want you to bring back about their gossip, and they just want to drag you into like the stuff, talking about some, you should not be friends with so and so, or I don't like her, so neither should you. Or
Controlling.
yeah, very controlling, very like
Cause
um when you feel like you're trapped in your friendship. That's not good.
Good job.
You don't need to feel like you're trapped.
manipulative.
Girl, who is your mentor?
One, two, and three.
No.
Honey.
Wow. These are good. So I'm going to share some of these. So we have this one, and Kayla, feel free to put some in that you may want to add when it comes to and if anyone out there that is listening and want to put in the chat box some good ones too, just some red flags when someone is a fake friend. And so we have one if they provoke fight. That was one. We have another one. If they are too involved with your problems, they want to know more about your personal life, and the conversation don't seem to go anywhere else but about you. Yes. And then if they can't acknowledge you in public, it's like, what's going on with that? That's a problem.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we notice that as well. And then if they want to control the friendship, like we shouldn't even talk to her, or don't talk to him. They can't control your friendships. Red
No.
flag. Check your friends.
Also,
Check your friend.
yeah.
If
Also,
they're
if like,
manipulative or possessive, that's
yeah.
abuse. That's right.
Abuse.
Also, if they try say they're dating someone and you're just be like, he's off limits. You cannot touch him. You cannot be friends with him. You can. Sorry, my Google was being very disrespectful. But that you want to say, oh yeah, he's off limits. You cannot talk to him. You cannot do nothing. Blah blah blah. That ties back to like a toxic relationship. That is very toxic. Like you don't want that friend to feel like you can't do nothing. Like you closed into a wall. Like like you need space sometimes. Sometimes you just need a away from somebody. You know, that's why like some of my friends will be like, don't talk to me for like a good 30 minutes, okay? Put my phone on do not disturb and be like, just leave me alone. Cause sometimes you just need that space from like all your friends.
But you have to be careful on how you do that though, because then you turn into that fake friend.
Yeah, true.
You just have to be cautious on how you do it. I mean, not saying that I do get what you're saying, but you just have to be cautious on um understanding. Because I was getting ready to say lack of understanding, but the lack of understanding can be reversed too, because you may not understand what they're going through, and they may not understand what you're going through. So you have to be cautious on how, as a friend, how you should interact with them when you're frustrated, or when you're, at with them and you don't want to talk to them. So it's okay it's okay to that. But when you voice it, you have to voice it with a level of respect that both of you understand, if that makes any sense. So that you don't turn into that fake friend.
You're going into the matrix, Kim.
Oh, sorry.
Started to sound like a robot a little bit, but you good.
My bad.
Yeah. I was like,
We can tell it was good information though.
hey, you cut out right in the middle, but we heard most
That's
of
all I
it.
had, though.
Now we just have a picture of your side of you. But
Do
we
you really?
appreciate you.
It's like
Yeah.
it's moving in slow motion, but
It's like the Chinese movie. Well, I don't want to say it like that because I don't want to. We used to watch the Bruce Lee movies, and it was always delayed. And so it says, "Hey."
Oh, when you try to like read the words and it's just like not matching, yeah.
Yeah. So we appreciate that. Sounds like I don't want to make it sound like I'm making fun, but it was just the movies we used to watch growing up. I'm dating myself again. But yeah, so this has been a good discussion on tonight. And thank you for the tidbits. And feel free to, of course, put some more in the comment section. We are winding up to the past hour now. And so we're grateful for all the feedback. So if anybody else have a comment to share on how to identify fake friends or even what to do when you encounter situations that you're dealing with people who are just fake. So this topic, I want to just give a shout out to the I Matter crew at AC Prep, which is the African Center Preparatory Academy, who chose the topic for tonight. So thank you, ladies. So that's who all in that's within that AC Prep crew. Thank you for choosing our topic for tonight. So next month we will be back. We have another topic that they chose, so we're going to keep it moving. But we're going to talk about next month. We're going to deal with some of the things we see in the news. And Kim, would you like to introduce that topic?
You just did me like that. It was frustration with teachers. So I don't really have the topic really, but it's just your frustrations with your teachers. How you really feel. What's the truth behind what your interaction with your teachers in the classroom?
Mm, 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 mm.
That's going to be a good one. Yeah, because it's real talk. So in our former teen talk groups a couple years ago before pre-COVID, that was one of the main a big issue that was a topic that was discussed was how teachers sometimes treat the students. We know that there's a big issue where some of the students are kind of going off on these teachers and fighting them, beating them up. It's some disturbing things that are out there, but this is really real that's happening out there. So we want to hear, we want to bring some teachers on and the students on to kind of have that discussion on some of the experiences that both are having. Because a lot of times, we expect respect from people, but we're not giving respect.
Right.
And so if a person is not taught respect, the best way you can teach them is giving it and showing them what that looks like.
Both ways, adults and students.
Exactly. It does go both ways. It definitely goes both ways. So that's going to be a good topic to discuss. So for those that are listening, tune in next month. We'll be back again at the second Sunday of December at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to be just having that discussion live. So if you want to be a part of the platform and join us live, please, you could just DM us in Generation Prodigy page or just put it in the comment section. We give you information. Oh, this is a good one that just popped up. Okay, so dealing with fake friends. Hey, Chris, watch who you confide in was meant
for
your friend may end up around the back.
Yeah, that's the autocorrect. What's meant for your friend may end up around the block. That is so true. Woo, thank you, Chris. That's a real good one. Watch who you confide in. Yes. So we can red flag those people. Check your friends. One again, check your friends.
Check your friends.
Thanks, Chris. That's a good one. Watch who you confide in. What's meant for your friend may end up around the block.
Woo!
That's a t-shirt.
Yes. That is a good one. That's a really good t-shirt. Actually, check your friends is a good one too.
Yeah, it is. Check your friends is
we need more shirts.
Get on the check your
I'm
friends.
gonna make us some.
Yeah.
Yes. And we got to just put a quote down there, just put in quotation mark Jackson.
Yep.
Yes. Check your friends.
Check your friends. So yeah, we got to check ourselves. Hey, Chris. No, you're good. This autocorrect it messes us up every time. So you're good. But no, that's a good one. So we got to pay attention to who we confide in and who we're sharing with, because it may end up somewhere else. We'll find out real fast that they're not your friend. And it can be quite embarrassing too at the same time. That's good stuff. Thank you for chiming in and checking out Generation Prodigy on tonight and our team talk tonight. So thank you. So any last words or comments, anybody? And any parents out there that have any questions? Because just real talk to the parents. And this was we did a live team talk when we did sex education. So we'll be doing that again soon. And it was really good because one of the comments that came up when it came to parents, working with the parents, please listen to your young person. Listen.
Amen.
Because what happens is we become so defensive when they're trying to share information because we automatically think they're doing something wrong, and they may have done something wrong before. But not listening, you will never be able to have that inroad with them to really be able to assist them and support them and help them. So a good place to start is in the car because you got to focus on driving. And all you can do is listen.
And you
and kids, nobody
sit behind the parent. Sit behind your parent. Do not sit next to your parent because you might get
Yes.
you might get that, and you sit behind you can get that. Okay, just say it. Or sit in the trunk. Just sit in the trunk. Okay.
No, not in the trunk. Just sit in the back seat. The back seat is good. We don't we don't want nobody to
And you don't
suffocate.
need nothing to happen.
Right.
No, nothing. No
Yes.
mishaps.
Right. So the back seat is a good place to be.
Yeah.
Yes, but parents, please listen to your young people because we forget sometimes that we were once young too, and we know we don't want to repeat the mistakes that other people made and even ourselves. But if we don't take the time to listen because they're dealing with things in a different way, there's nothing new under the sun, but there are different methods and there are different ways of how it can come at them. And so we want to be attentive so we can guide them. Let's teach and train. Before we, uh, before parents, the, before they get the punishment, just think about it. Have you taught and trained them first? So it's difficult to discipline for somebody for something that you never taught or trained them. So they're going to make those kind of mistakes. So take the time to teach and train first, and love on them and listen to them. Because some of the parents need a good discipline themselves. Just saying.
For sure.
Yes. Any last remarks, everybody? Anybody?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Everybody put up the hearts. Yes. So from Generation Prodigy to you, and for those that for the Trinity Temple Teen Talk group, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you for
Thanksgiving.
supporting Generation Prodigy. And Giving Tuesday is coming up. I'm just saying. Giving Tuesday is coming up. We can use your support. Your support help provide school supplies for our students here, especially in the Kansas City public school area. It also helps when it comes to our field trips. We have educational, cultural, and college tours. And so it helps provide support for the students so we can take them there. And we had some good trips, some very, very, very good trips. So those who saw some of the past videos, and I need to work on these new videos. Our first year we did the Black History and Civil Rights Tour, which was awesome in Georgia. And then we did Washington, D.C., where our American History and Political History Tour. And they got a chance to really see a live session with the House of Representatives. And it gave different insight to see things live. And so when you get back to your history class, it comes alive for you and it makes it that much easier. So there's also, last year we stayed in-house and not in-house, in-state. Yes, we stayed in Kansas City. And so we went to Lincoln University, did the tour there, and did a nature trip. So we learned about the dragonflies. I was interested. And had a really good time there. So I'm gonna let Jerry talk about the trip a little bit.
Well, it was very educational. Non-Latanya students, we have an educational purpose. Then we go have fun. So we went to Lincoln and got to tour the campus and got to know everything. We got to eat lunch in a real campus cafeteria, which that was exciting. So we had the experience like we was actually in college, And then we went on a nature walk and we got to learn about the butterflies, the different trees, what different things meant. We also had, before we went on a nature walk, we had a little mini Bible study before we went on to a nature walk. And yeah, it was really cool. We got to hold some dragonflies, I want to say. I think they were dragonflies. And it was actually weird because I don't like bugs, but I held it. And then we went to go have fun. And then we came back together and we had to tell First Lady what we've learned throughout the whole trip.
Beautiful.
So that's good. We'll be putting up some updates soon. So thank you for that. So again, thank you everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. And again, we love you and appreciate you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. And if you have not told someone lately that you care about them, please do so. Your smile can make a difference for somebody else, for them to just know you care. In fact, do an experiment this week. Just be walking. If you're walking somewhere, if you could be in a store and somebody look like this or like this, or even like this, go like this, and see what happens. You will see an automatic response. Typically, they'll end up smiling right back, and you just warm their day. So let's try
Yeah,
that this week. That'd be a good experiment to try.
yeah. Because at school we have a smile week where you just look at somebody and smile. So
Yes, yes. So thank you, Jerry. And remember, this week, this Tuesday is Giving Tuesday, so you can check out. So for the Amazon shoppers, go to Amazon Smile and choose Generation Prodigy for your charity of choice, and they will automatically send us a donation. Yes, they will. Amazon have their own charity page, so it's called Amazon Smile, and you pick us as your charity of choice, and they will send us donations. Thank you very much. And so we also scroll down on our page if you want to give to Generation Prodigy, or visit www.generationprodigy.org and hit that donate button. And we'll be so grateful. Guess what? And you'll get a tax write off for your donation. Isn't that awesome? So before the you're in and you trying to find a place to donate and to get a tax write off, we're right here for you. Much love. So until next time. We appreciate you. Yes. Thank you for caring, Chris. Thank you for caring. We need the love. Thank you. We need the love. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for chiming in today. Until next time, we appreciate you. See you later. Thanks, everybody, for chiming in tonight. So remember to check your friends.
Thank